Good morning. Just waiting again for the other feeds to go live. I think we're good here. I think we're good on all the platforms here. So good morning to you. Sorry, I got a little bit of a stuffy nose. I got to go see my ENT to make sure that my sinuses are okay. It's summer, right? Spring allergies, summer, cutting the lawn and stuff, and definitely can get to your allergies and hay fever. So yesterday I shared, happiness is finding something or someone that is loved by you, right? So I really enjoy spending time with my kids, and I think most parents do, right? We want to try to spend as much time with them as much as possible. Doesn't matter what it really is, or what we're doing or where we are. It could be simple as taking walks together, taking a few minutes every day to chat about what they did during their day, playing games. We've been playing cards lately, and showing them how things are done, showing them how to do things, right? So I mentioned a few times that this has been finally done. We redid the rear. Sorry, my allergies again. We redid the rear deck last summer, and then as soon as it was done, I was almost finished. But then the rain started coming a little too early last summer, and late summer and early fall, and I wasn't able to reinstall the railing. So yesterday, my kids and I were able to finally reattach them again, and there's no more chances of oops, falling off the edge and not having a. It's not that tall; it's about 8-9 feet, but it is it's a good little fall from up above. So we got the railings up, so we're good to go. And so a lot of what we do as parents is to teach and guide our next generation, right? So you ever heard of do what I say and not what I do? I do what I say or not what I do, and that rarely works because our kids really copy our actions more than what we say, what we tell them. So we are being more mindful. We got to be more mindful of the actions that we take, from the very little simple things to the very, very, very big things that we do on a daily basis. And one of the biggest impacts that we're going to instill on them is the importance of kindness and offering help. Right? I think that's super super important for kids as they grow up. And the late Princess Diana said, her quote says, "Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectations or reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you." So she said, "Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectations of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day you're gonna, someone might do the same for you." And if you know her, her humanitarian work has been amazing. She was involved in over 100 charities ranging from HIV support, uh, causes with children, the disabled, and even sure her last one of her last campaigns was to ban the use of landmines. But it was her kindness that remember her best, and that's her legacy today. Is that she was her kindness for all people. We don't have to be famous, right? We don't have to be famous. We don't have to be wealthy, or have some designation to offer help to others, right? I observe people when I'm out and about. I love people watching when I'm sitting at a cafe or just out when I'm out and about. And I noticed the lack of kindness, or maybe it's the act of being going through the motions, right? Even the smallest little ones. Remember holding the door for someone was so normal, and saying thank you. You know what? I don't catch that as much as I would hope to. I think kindness starts at home. What do you think? Hey, Bill, thanks for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful summer so far. Love to hear where you're tuning in from. Hope you're doing well, Bill. But what do you think, right? What do you think? It's not even between uh, just adults and children, right? But I think it's between adults themselves, right? How parents speak to one another, how adults speak to one another, is part of the beginnings of what children really absorb, right? It really does start there. When someone asks, why did you help that senior across the street? What's your answer? Well, my answer would be I learned it from my mom. I learned it from my dad. I learned it from my uncle, my grandma, or maybe it was I saw my dad do it before. It's kind of this is like a seed planted early enough that it becomes a part of us, right? It becomes a part of us. And that's not to say it's not late to be more kind or learn more kindness. We can definitely use more of that moving forward, but do it and share it freely, because you're impacting someone that could in turn do it for someone else. Now, how many of you have seen that video floating around on social media? This one is one of my favorites. It's one that stands up for me where a hungry boy is caught stealing from a food vendor. So instead of getting angry or punishing the child, the vendor gives the boy a big bag of food to take away, most likely for himself and for his family. And the vendor's child daughter sees this whole thing and wonders what's going on. And so years later, the vendor is hospitalized and goes through a massive surgery, a very expensive surgery. And the man's daughter, the vendor's daughter, is heartbroken because she's looking at the bill and they don't have the funds to pay for it. She doesn't know where she's going to get the money from. The scene then cuts to the bill being paid for by the surgeon because the surgeon was the same boy that was starving and received the food years earlier. And he never forgotten the kindness of the vendor. So, that could happen, right? That could be a real story. So the actions we do today can definitely make a huge difference to someone down the road, right? We have that choice. We have that choice to spread kindness without expecting anything in return. So take a look. Take this weekend and look for opportunities to plant the seed. Take this weekend to really, just kind of, am I doing it more? Can I do more? Can I do more? I'd love to hear what you did, what you saw, and hopefully maybe what you planted. Maybe it's helping someone else learn a little bit more kindness. So until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Have a safe weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tap that heart and leave a like. And again, leave where you're tuning in from. I'd love to say hi to all my viewers out there. And you can watch the replays on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So don't forget to be better, be bigger, and be that change that people are looking for. So take care and have a wonderful, wonderful time in the sun. Take care.